All right, I'll call the Finance and Facilities Committee meeting to order. Flag. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks. All right. Approval of the minutes. Was I here? I was here for this. Yeah, I
This
was
was
here for the last. Yeah.
So I can make a motion to approve the minutes from, what's the date?
11,
November
5,
15th, 2025.
November 5th.
11,
November 5th, 2025.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous.
I don't vote. but I did.
Okay. I will now turn it over to you.
Okay, so the inflation rate didn't change on this. It's still 3.1 as of September. And then the encumbrances through November 14th. Again, nothing crazy happening there. You guys can drill in if you'd like. The operating cash balances through November 14th was $4,487,988. And I did update the trust fund balances if you wanted to drill into those through October 31st, because we literally got the statements yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, why is that showing March 30th?
I have. Mine says 5/14/25. The link that came up.
$514?
Yeah.
Oh, March.
It says 5/14.
Yeah, no, it says March. I have no idea why. However, I have it in my other file, so I'm just gonna put it there. I don't know why that was linked incorrectly, because I just put it in, but. Come on, open. It was in the middle of updating when I left, and I think that's part of the problem. But anyways, the Special Ed Expendable Trust Fund, through October 31st. This past month, we earned $2,258.24. Every single one of the trust funds is earning 4.25%. So the total at the end of October for the Special Ed Expendable Trust Fund is $637,100.79. The Capital Improvement and Maintenance Reserve Fund earned $1,705.96 this past month, with a grand total in there of $481,292.10.
Well, I'm sorry, what was that?
$481,292.10.
Okay.
And the Unanticipated Educational Expenses Capital Reserve Fund, we earned $1,024.68. And that brought us to $289,085.17. And the unanticipated utility cost, we've earned $694.45 in interest in October, which brings that to $195,919.95. And the revolving fund, there was no expenditures. We've so far through October 31st have earned $81,668 in revenue from the rentals, which brings that to a total of $299,226.
Okay. Did you have budget adjustments on here?
There were no budget adjustments this past time.
Okay. All right. Siemens update for air handlers at the high school.
So you have a spreadsheet there that's highlighted in yellow. It's the breakdown of what we were spending a year on rooftop unit expenses. Even though they are steep, decision I think you guys will most likely make is we'll keep repairing them at this point instead of replacing them. But talking with Siemens, they have been very, very.
Do you have a copy of this?
Sorry,
Yeah.
where is that?
Oh.
It's right here.
Oh.
Yours are right here.
Do I have to copy that?
I'll give you my copy.
Is there a secret copy?
It's just, so if you remember, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted some numbers for
Yep.
that.
Right, so this is a yearly cost.
Yes, on repairs. And as you see, they're going up every year, obviously, because we're throwing more money into these units, but I don't think we're quite there yet as far as replacing.
So just for the public, so they're aware, right, just so we're transparent, the 5-year total expenses, 2020 and 2025 was $120,067.39. And to Dan's point, they've escalated in some areas, going down in some, but the most current year, probably because of tariff impact and stuff, right? We're at 43,032. So I think the rough estimate we had to replace the rooftop units was 1 point.
Well, it was 9 million, for like, and about 12 million plus for,
Somewhere between 9 and 12.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're a fraction
And the
of the
question,
cost.
the
Right.
question we asked was, how much are we actually spending to just keep them going?
Right. And those numbers will grow. I have another issue with one of the RTU3 unit on the roof right now, so we're gonna be spending more money on that, but I don't see that being more than probably $10,000 additional. But as we get through the season here, they'll go up, but I don't think we'll be touching a huge number, quite honestly. So, but Siemens, like I said, has been very gracious and patient with us, and they, I gave you a copy of the project development letter that they're proposing for us. And what they would like to do is they would like to enter a partnership with us regarding those rooftop units, knowing that we're gonna have to replace them eventually. And what this does is, I said, I don't know if it's gonna be this year, next year, whatever. They're like, no, that's fine. If this is 10 years out, we'll wait 10 years. We just wanna be your partner in this. But what this does is this PDL allows them to get an engineering study done on these units. So if we have to replace 1, 2, 3, or all of them in the near future, at least the engineering study is done. And that will not cost us anything for them to do the engineering study if we enter this PDL with them. It's very similar to like we did with the LED lighting. They'll make their money back over time on this if we stick with them through the long run and replace these rooftop units within the next decade or so. They're working very hard to be partners with us, and quite honestly, I love working with them because they are very patient. So.
I think they're very open, honest, and direct.
Yeah.
I had buzz, of course.
But what I would like to do is, this is very similar to the other one we did for the LED lighting. I think we really need to move forward with doing the engineering studies on these, because if we do have a unit that needs to be replaced like right away, it's gonna take probably 12 to 18 weeks to get a unit placed on that roof. And that would be delayed even more if we have to do engineering studies and not prepared for it. So I want to make ourselves prepared for any issues we have on that roof now for the next decade.
What's involved in, when we say engineering study, just for
Yeah,
people?
what they'll do is they'll look at the footprint that it occupies now, what the new ones will occupy, if any structural steel needs to be added, if there's any weight differences between the new ones and the old ones. They'll look at the electrical load that is going to be needed to replace the new ones. There's a whole series of engineering things that they'll look at as far as putting new ones up there, because those old ones are 20 years old and they don't manufacture those anymore. So we got to make sure we're putting ones up there that can be handled on the roof. So
Are we confident that were they to do the engineering study now, and then we need to replace these things in 9 years, that it would still be valid?
Yeah, they're very open and says, if it takes 10 years, it takes 10 years.
Well, it's not what that's presented here, though. So I didn't read through this, but I'm pretty quick with contracts. So there's 2 things that I read. They have the out clause, termination fee of $105,000, which I assume covers the drawings, correct?
Right.
And the language is very similar to how it was before.
Right.
They present us with a contract around June of 2026.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't agree, then we owe them $105. And to your point, like if we're not doing this for 9 years, I can't forecast what the technology is in 9 years. I don't know if it's lighter technology, if it's different technology, if it's space age
Right, I mean, there's
technology.
some things will be still
Sure,
valid, but
sure.
others will be.
But that's a cost that they'll incur because we've already made it, they're not gonna increase prices or anything like that because of this
I
contract.
know, but I don't know if we're going to be ready to move forward with rooftop replacements of $12 million by June of 2026. I can tell you probably not.
Probably not,
Not if the
Right.
cost is $120,000 to replace the parts
right.
over 5 years. So I wouldn't say we move forward with this from what I have in front of me right now.
I mean, are they saying that they want us to have them do the engineering study and then just on the promise that whenever we do replace these units, we use them to do it?
Right.
If that's what they're saying, that's not what's on this paper. That's not what's on the document in front of me, unless I'm reading it wrong. Right? If you turn to page 2, Micah, there's milestone and target completion dates, right? The target completion date of execution of agreement is June of 2026. Just jump to the bottom, right? There's a lot
Right,
of stuff,
right.
warrant votes, all that
Right,
stuff.
yeah, I get you.
And then we have that language in the next paragraph that we had.
And we
With
have
the
a
lady.
language of the 30
Mhm.
Yeah,
days.
which is if they present a viable contract to us and we don't execute it, then we owe them the $105,000 for the drawing. And I don't think we're there yet. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
I honestly, like, if you said, am I gonna vote to replace rooftop units by June of 2026 based upon this number of
Yeah,
replacing parts?
absolutely not.
Yeah, so like,
Right.
I don't think we move forward with any plans.
But is
All right,
that
so, but if we
statement
extend
saying-
this contract date out, let's say a decade, would that be something you'd be willing to do?
That, yeah, I mean, then I'd be more willing.
Yeah.
This clause of the $105,000 of us in June is not feasible for us as a district.
Right, but if we can extend that contract, let's say 10 years out, and then have a provision in there that if new technologies arrive within the 10 years, that we're not hit with additional costs for
That's right.
additional studies.
I mean, you can certainly ask that, from a business standpoint. I don't think they would agree to float $105,000 for 10 years, but
Well,
if they want to do it,
they're
that's
willing
fine.
to do it, yeah.
They're willing to do it.
If they're willing
Yeah,
to
they're
do it,
willing to
that's
do it.
fine, yeah.
So,
Are they stating that the audit would be done by June 30th, or? I didn't see this one.
Yes.
see, it might be just the execution
Of the
of the
audit.
audit and maybe not the
That's
actual
what I
work,
It
but
says
we'll
here,
have to,
it says here, presentation of audit results, January 5th, 2026. Board workshop check-in, January 5th.
All
Begin procurement of warrant article, December 2025.
right,
Like, it goes all down, present hard numbers for warrant article, and then by June, they want to give us the contract.
well, I can talk to them about this. I'm sure they're watching this meeting right now,
Sorry.
That's okay.
so.
Yeah, and like, look, I
Did you have another copy, Dan?
Yeah, oh yeah, I got plenty of copies.
Well, you hang on to this.
You can hang on.
Oh, here.
Because I can give him one tomorrow.
All right.
So I can definitely talk to them about that. They're most likely gonna be here in December anyways to just give us an update on the LED lighting and everything else.
Yeah, that's fine.
On December 1st, we're having our big meeting with the contractors as far as the LED lighting. We're doing our tours and doing our logistics and stuff. So I think they want to be here anyways to give us an update as far as that goes. So that might be a good time to segue into this at that meeting also. So, but I will ask those questions and we'll see if we can get that on paper and see if they're willing to agree to it. So, and I don't think they will. I think they will agree to it, you know. I don't think that's an
Thanks for
issue.
this though, because this is
Yep.
definitely helpful.
Yep.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. All right, so next agenda item is the fire systems here at the high school.
Yeah.
So the fire systems here are obviously 20 years old. There's been a major software update with the system here. It's gonna cost about $30,000 to upgrade the software here in this building.
Mhm.
It's not a hard number. They're gonna give me a hard number here, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, but I says, give me a spitball number at this point. What's it gonna cost? I said, 30,000. I said, okay, I just need to prepare the facilities committee as far as a big ticket item that is gonna be coming in. Now, the problem with using Johnson Controls is I can't go out anywhere else to have someone else do it.
Yeah, no,
Johnson
I know.
Controls is very,
Yeah.
very proprietary, so we're kind of bound by that. But I'll get an update on that software update. Do we have to do it now or the next year? No, we can always push this off another year, so it's not an emergency by any means. But we're gonna have to look at this update probably in the next 24 months.
Yeah, I think some of the information I'd be interested in is it, I guess, you may not know, but 20 years, have we never done, like, there's never been a software?
No.
Okay,
So,
so
we're still dealing with the original
has
system.
there been software updates available, is the first question.
Yes.
Okay, why haven't we done them is the second question. And then, like, how far out of date are we?
Well, so the last software update, if I recall, was 7 years ago.
Mhm.
And the reason why we haven't had it done is because we've had a terrible relationship with Johnson Controls. We have a new rep that's working with us
Mhm.
who we really like, and he's been to this building here numerous times. And obviously, he's trying to fix the relationship we have with them already. We told him some of the issues we had. We told him at one point we're ready to tear the whole system out of the school and replace it with something else. And he's like, "Let me work with you." So I have a new rep, and he's really pushing us
Yeah,
along.
it's a long
So
time to go without an update, right? So
It is,
I
it
think
is.
if we got a good relationship with the rep, I think he gives us a good deep dive into
Yeah.
what updates we're missing. Make sure we're not out of any compliance,
We're still complying. It's just
Okay.
older
So,
software.
and then what's sort of future state look like, if he can tell us that? Like, is there another update in a year? Is it 5 years?
Sure.
Yeah, what's the schedule?
Yeah.
Yep, I can find all that out. And knowing Johnson Controls, they probably do updates every 5 years so they can sell you a new product.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, that's the way they work. So, but I will find that out. Like I said, there is no rush to this, but I just want to make sure you guys are.
Okay.
on board
Well, we're in
with this.
compliance.
Yeah.
Fire system safe.
Yep.
Operable. Okay.
Absolutely. So, moving on to old business, you want to,
Capital improvement plan?
or do you want to?
What's the
Go.
sewer pipe?
Okay.
Yeah, why don't we
All
do
right.
that?
So I put in front of you JLB Plumbing and Mechanical site report for Bakey with all the sewer pipes that we're having issues with. So we had the pipes smoked a week and a half ago. We did find some severe cracking in some pipe work
It looks like
around.
we might need a new wax ring there.
Yeah, so, well, no, there is. So two of the toilets did smoke, so we did replace wax rings already.
Okay.
But there is some piping issues around the nurse's office.
Did we do it with the better than wax?
Yeah.
I love those things.
Yeah. But this is the report. They did take photographs. They documented it really
So
nicely.
when we say, I want to just let everybody know what the deal is here. They take some kind of a,
Smoke,
yeah, like a
and they-
flare. If you imagine like a flare, something that produces smoke.
smoke, and they
They blow it
pressurize it
into the
into the pipe,
pipes.
yeah.
And then they look for smoke in points of contact like toilets and sinks and all
You
kinds of
got
stuff,
it, you
right?
got it.
And if you see smoke, that's bad.
Exactly.
Because it means there's a
That
hole
means where
somewhere
gas is
that
coming
shouldn't
from.
be there.
So I have a map here of Bakey, and I just kind of wrote down in red numbers where each one of the issues is, as far as where the building's at, if you can tell. And what's nice is, they are just in some areas around this, nothing in the kindergarten wing or front offices or anything like that. So it is,
Kitchen.
so it's the kitchen, nurse's office, and then there was a classroom, there's 2 classrooms that have cracked pipes. So my fear was that every classroom was affected, and it's not. So even though this is not good, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. The ones that are in the nurse's office are up in the ceiling, which are very easy to access.
Yep.
The ones that are in the 2 classrooms may have to go into the flooring, so we may have to crack some concrete out and redo those. But it's something that's doable, so I'm waiting for a bid from JLB to perform that work. So that's
Okay.
kind of where we're at with that.
Is- Okay.
Are we gonna get
Are we
another
gonna
quote?
get 2 other quotes?
Well, depending on what the cost is, yeah.
Or if it meets a threshold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
$10,000 threshold, so
Yeah,
if we're
okay.
busting 10,000, then I'll obviously have to get another quote. Hopefully another contractor will go off to this report, which is pretty decent report. So
Yeah, that's fair.
I think they could work off of that. But we'll see where we're at with that as far as the bid price when it comes in. And that's what I
Yeah,
have.
this is a pretty thorough, I mean,
Yeah, they did a great job. They really did.
even where like they saw a little bit of leak, they've said like, hey, this is just a wax ring issue, reset it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, we've been using JBL plumbing now for probably 2 years, and we really like the service that they're providing. They're very quick, they're very thorough. They're not the cheapest game in town, obviously, but they're not terribly expensive. But the response time is incredible, and that's what I like about them, so. All right, so that is the update on the septic pipes there. I was telling Micah that I would like to have a non-public for about 5 minutes afterwards to discuss some contract issues.
All right, so we're gonna read into it. I don't,
But do you want to discuss capital improvement?
Can we do
or-
that if it's not on the,
if we didn't post it.
If we didn't
That's a good
Um,
question. Let me check right now.
yeah, let's talk about the capital improvement plan.
Well, that's just always on there ongoing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think,
Jeremiah likes to just kind of review
yeah,
it. not
I guess the
write it
things that
there.
we talked about are,
Yeah, I
Things
mean,
that are
if you
on-
want to do that.
right,
But we do have an issue coming up that I'd like to discuss
okay.
One
in
second.
non-public that is kind of time sensitive.
Yeah, one
Okay.
second. See if we can.
But that's it. It's been short and sweet for me tonight. So they are delivering the high school roof tomorrow. So we're gonna have a crane here doing the gym. So that's going on. We'll be busy here in the morning.
Cool.
And then I'm
Take some
hoping-
pictures and put them on the website or something.
Yeah, there you
We
go.
have a raffle to see like if a kid can get lifted up there or something, you know?
Right. And then my hope is once that roof is loaded, that they can probably start on it right away. I know they're very anxious to get it done before the weather comes in,
Right.
so. But that kicks off tomorrow. The parts for the fire system at Bakey are supposed to be delivered this week too. My hope is that they can start hitting on that over Thanksgiving break. At least start some of it, and then again over Christmas break, and then winter break and spring break. So things are starting to move, which is good. The manholes out front, all three of them are been repaired and lifted. There was some major damage. I'm glad we did it. One of them was actually sliding off the hill, so they had to reconstruct it and everything.
Oh.
So, yeah, so. But we're good there, so.
All right, so we can go into, although it wasn't posted, we can amend. We can make a motion citing the exact RSA, which I'll look up. We can. I just read this, sorry.
From what it looks like to me here, the public meeting has to be noticed,
Right.
Yeah.
but you don't need
we
to,
just-
I don't think you need to notice the non-public.
We just need to formally amend it.
Do you want to go into public comment real quick before
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dr. Brown
Yeah.
takes off, or do you?
anything?
I think I'll be back on the 3rd.
Okay,
this week, so, okay.
thank you.
Is that your comment, that you'll be back?
It's very
I'll be
Schwarzenegger.
back.
It's a
Yeah, Arnold
Schwarzenegger-esque,
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, top secret list.
The Terminator, we're gonna start calling you the Terminator.
All right, see ya.
Are you coming back later on tonight, you said, or no?
I've got another meeting at 6, I gotta go.
Oh.
Thanks.
All right, buy some patrol cars.
We're gonna have to roll call vote in. Let me see if we need to amend. One second.
I'm sorry for springing this on the
No,
last minute,
it's
but
okay.
like I said, this may be an issue.
It's a personnel matter, correct?
No, it's a contract issue regarding
Something.
something. Oh, hey, some other good news too. The Bakey RTU unit, the one I have to replace over there,
Mhm.
just while we're messing with this. I can downsize that unit and just heat the kitchen and not the gym. The other thing I'm exploring too is actually putting in drop-in heating units, 2x4 drop-in heating units in the kitchen itself, rather than replacing that rooftop unit and just removing it all together. So I think in the long run, it'd be a lot cheaper for us to do that. So I'm gonna see if we can, if we have enough electrical supply in that area to run those heating coils in those units. But I think we could save a ton of money by doing that.
Okay, good.
So I'll keep you posted on that also.
Can you just read this? Because like I'm having like a conflict here. Read that. Again, this is, AI, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm comfortable. Right?
Right. Well, there is this down here. I don't know if it's that or not.
Okay, so I'm gonna read you this list and you can tell me if it's one of these things. Do you have to talk to us about active negotiations, a strategy that would advantage the other party if revealed, contract or bid details that aren't finalized, lease purchase or financial negotiation strategy, or litigation sensitive bargaining without actually being litigation? If there's not any one of those, we're not gonna.
Well, it does involve our lease agreement and it could move into active negotiations.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so, so I'll make a motion to move into non-public for RSA 91-A:3, Roman numeral 2D.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes. Unanimous. Okay.
Okay.